welcome to Kids and Family Yoga. I'm Jody and this is Oliver, and we're going to be leading a class with you today. I'm glad you joined us. I'm going to focus on some pieces of our Sun Salutation, which we do as a warm-up. We're going to talk about our back position and the difference between when we do monkey and have this nice flat back, and the difference between that and forward fold, where our back can be rounded. So we're going to talk about back position a lot and talk about how to properly do our swan dive with a flat back, and also how we can have a nice strong back and abdominals in our plank position. Okay, so these are all parts of our Sun Salutations. So we're going to get into those pretty soon. But first, come join us on the floor. And we're going to actually start with some breathing exercise, and then we'll go right into cat and cow, talking about our back position. So first of all, your spine, your backbone, when we're relaxed, look at me from the side, I'm kind of relaxed, my back's rounded. I want you to grow taller and lengthen your spine so that you're sitting up really tall in your easy pose position. I want you to do a breathing exercise called Volcano. We've done it before. So place your palms together in front as you stay sitting up nice and tall, and let's just think about our breathing for right now. I want you to breathe through your nose. Lips are closed. We inhale slowly, drawing the air in as we lift the hands up. And then we exhale slowly, smoothly out our nose as the lava runs down the mountain. So the lava's coming up through the mountain, right? Through the center, and it comes out the top, and it very slowly slides down the mountain. So our breath is matching that, inhaling up, exhaling out and down. So that we have this smooth, constant breath. Helps us to clear our mind, so we're not thinking about all kind of other things. Right now we're focusing on our breath, and we're going to bring attention just to our bodies during our yoga practice. So we're thinking about our body position, how we're moving, how we're feeling as we do these exercises. Go through one more time. We're still sitting up straight and tall, right? Awesome. We're going to do cat and cow from a seated position. I'm going to turn just so that you can see my spine and how it's starting off really long and tall. But then when we go into cat stretch, there's our rounded back. And I tuck my chin down to my chest, and I kind of tilt my pelvis here so that I can round my back more. And then cow looks like this, where I'm kind of leaning forward and pulling my shoulders back and maybe looking up. So I want you to exhale all your air out your nose as you round your back in cat stretch. And inhale as you open your chest and lift your chin forward. Do this with us. Hands around your knees. And we're all doing this together now. Our seated cat and cow. Try to think about your breathing. All right, we're going to do our normal cat and cow, which is on all fours, because a cat and a cow, we're imagining they're on their four legs here. With your palms to the floor and your knees down underneath your hips, right? So here we go, same thing, our cat stretch, now we round, now we actually look like a cat stretching. And then a cow, how its back dips in the center, but you can see its hips and its shoulders. Let's uncross our legs. Keep moving smoothly between cat and cow. All right, so we're going to go into down dog next. Curl your toes under, and all you have to do is lift your bottom up to the ceiling. Right? Your arms are extended, and think about your chest pushing towards your knees. We're going to pedal our heels heels, and this helps to warm up the backs of our legs. So nice and smoothly, press one heel to the floor and then the other. Smoothly, slowly. Our feet are not together. They're about maybe separated by a foot distance. And then crouching down dog, we bend our knees down towards the floor and then we straighten them back up again. They don't actually touch the floor, but they might come close. And then press back into your down dog again. It's our crouching down dog. All right, we're going to come up to a stand. So step or hop up. And I want you to just roll up. See how my back is rounded? We're going to learn the difference between this rounded back and a nice flat back when we come up. Because in our Sun Salutations, we're actually going to do a swan dive, and I want you to have a flat back. I'm going to go back here, and Oliver's going to be right here. My assistant is also going to show us some good Sun Salutations. So I want to talk about it first before we go into it. I want you all to go into monkey with me first. Okay, so monkey, nice flat back. With our hands kind of resting on our knees. Notice that, that's monkey. And then forward fold, we kind of just hang forward and allow our backs really to round. Now, when we swan dive, which is our movement up and down, I actually want you to, when you come back up, come to a flat back, come and pass through monkey and keep that flat back as you come up and reach. And keep that flat back as you swan dive down, and then you release to that forward fold. Try this with me again. Come up just to monkey, you have a flat back. Keep the flat back as you come up and reach. Keep the flat back as you swan dive down, and then finally forward fold. You kind of relax forward into it. Okay, so come up, flat back. Good. All right, so that's a piece of our Sun Salutation, right? So let's focus on that as we add it all in together. So here we go. Step forward maybe a little bit so you have room. And here we go. So we sweep up and reach. And we swan dive flat back, coming down. And then we release to that forward fold. We come up monkey, flat back, right? And then we fold again. And here we go back into our plank. Good, strong bodies, nice and straight and strong, where you're looking out in front of you so you have your neck straight. Your hips are in line with your body. And that's your good, strong plank position. Crocodile, you just bend the arms and sink down. And then our up dog, push the arms straight. And we're on the tops of our feet. Good. Curl the toes under and go to down dog, hips up. And then you step or hop up. Remember, flat back as you come up, swan dive up, and then we end in chair. So remember our focus here, thinking about your back position. Here we go again, sweep up and down. Monkey, show that flat back, look forward, that straightens out your neck. And fold. Now we go to plank. Straight and strong, looking forward whenever you're in plank. It straightens out your neck, and that's part of your backbone. Sink down, crocodile. Up dog, lift the head. Down dog, lift your bottom. Step or hop through. Sweep up with a flat back, and end in chair. Awesome. So in chair, can you sink a little deeper? Use your legs, sit in your heels. You can wiggle your toes. Okay, let's release. Good. Face this direction with me. And let's just elephant swing. Make sure you're not too close to anybody else. I don't want you to hit arms because I want you to be able to kind of just swing them wild as you turn your shoulders. Loosen up. Do some moonflowers. So step your feet even wider. Toes and knees turned out. And if you have a mat, it helps to keep you from sliding. So you would want both feet on the mat, however. So you don't slide out with your legs nice and wide. They'll tend to do that. So here we go. We sink down and then we reach up. Nice and smooth down. This is warming up our thighs. And also our shoulders as we get a good stretch upward. Good warm-up exercise to get us moving. Make us a little bit warmer through our body and our blood circulating. All right, enough of that. I'm gonna switch places with you again. We're gonna face side, and I want you to hang forward and forward fold. So here's where you get to just release and let your backs of your legs get a good stretch as you just hang forward. Let your arms hang down towards the floor. They might not touch the floor. See, Oliver's are kind of a ways from the floor. Mine are touching. That's because I have really short legs and long arms. But the more you do this, the more flexible you get, and you stretch out that hamstring in your back so that you can get a little further forward in your forward fold. All right. I want you to come down to your knees. And then actually, I want you to turn and make sure you face your screen and you're up on high knees. We're going to practice camel. So this is a back bend, and I'm gonna have Oliver stay there. I'm gonna go here so you can actually see fists in your lower back. Looking up towards the ceiling, I want you to lean back. Here. It shouldn't be painful. If it is, then don't do it. Don't arch so far back. But if it's okay and you're really flexible, feeling like you can go further, then go ahead and put your hands on your heels. Don't let your head fall all the way back. Kind of looking up towards the ceiling, but not all the way straight up. So this one's camel. All right, come on to camel, and we want to go to rabbit to stretch our back. So curl the toes under, hold your heels, and place your head down, forehead close to your knees. And that's rabbit. That's going to help stretch out our backs now and round them again. All right, hands and knees, right here in position. You guys remember bird dog? All right, I want you to know your rights and lefts. I want you to find your right leg. This is gonna be my right leg. Go ahead and we'll have our right legs out, and you have your right leg out. Okay. Make sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders. If they're out wider or forward, you're not gonna find your balance that you need for this. Because we're gonna add in the left arm, so that's opposite. You should have opposite arm and leg. Your wrist needs to be under your shoulder, or you're going to not have the balance to do this. Try to form a nice straight long line. This is a tough one. Look out in front of your hand that's on the floor and keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. All right, set it down, and we have to try the other side. Show a lot of strength in this one. Left leg extended, point your toe, nice long leg. And then once you're ready, find your opposite arm, so your right arm reaching out in front. Breathe, breathe, don't hold your breath. All right, let's place it down. Okay, so we did our cat and cow. We're gonna add a little bit of a twist to it, make it a little bit different. So find your right leg, but instead of extending it long like we did in bird dog, I want you to bend it so the bottom of your foot is up towards the ceiling. With that bent knee, we're gonna practice cat and cow. Keep your leg bent, cat stretch. We're gonna tuck that knee in and bring it towards your nose. And then we're gonna bring it back out into position and lift your head up, lift your chin up. So go again, in, child's pose this time, just to rest our backs for a moment. All right, that was our rest. We move on. Back into that hands and knees position. Let's find the left leg this time. Bend so that the bottom of your foot's up to the ceiling. And here's our cat and cow. Tuck that knee in towards your nose. And then lift your chin and your foot out. So cat stretch, we pull the knee in. And cow, we lift the leg out. Keep going nice and smooth. In and out. In and out. How about one more? In and out. Place the knee down and go back to child's pose or rabbit, whichever one you like better. All right, we're going to stay on our knees, but we're going to turn this way. And you're going to take your right leg out to the side. So we're mirroring you now, so this should be your leg that looks like you're looking in the mirror here. And your left hand comes down to the floor. And this is called side angle as you reach up to the ceiling. See how my arms are totally a straight line from the ceiling to the floor? Or they're pretty close. And then I have a straight line in my body from my head down through my body through my other leg. But I'm leaned over at a diagonal. Now we can make this tougher if we want to by reaching overhead and then maybe lifting this leg off of the ground. And if you tried it and it's too hard or you don't like it, then put the leg back down on the floor. So you have an option. So whenever we hold a pose and it's kind of tough, don't hold your breath. Keep breathing through your nose. Put it down. Let's bring the knees back together and sit onto your heels. And again, you can round forward either into rabbit or child's pose. Might feel good right now. Either one. What we do on one side, we do on the other. So come on up. And this time you're going to place your left leg out on the floor. Good. And then this hand down, so your hand, your knee, and your foot are all in line. And then we reach to the ceiling. Here we are in side angle. Again, if you want to reach overhead and get a better stretch. And then if you want to challenge this leg to stay up in the air, it's tough. Breathe through your nose. Good, let's put it down, knees together. This time, I want you to come kind of halfway down to child's pose. And then I want you to shift your hips over to your right side, and you're going to reach over to the left. So you're kind of at an angle, but wow, how did you get that far into it, Oliver? I don't even know. We're going to come back to center, so you're sitting on your heels, and shift your hips over to the side, and reach the opposite way. This is an angled child's pose. I like a lot. All right, let's go back to easy pose. All right, we're going to try to link some poses together. Some similar poses, so I'm going to give you one. See if you remember it, and then we'll see if we can follow it up with a similar pose. Let's see if we can get into turtle. Think about it. What's turtle? I haven't done it today. You have to have already known it from another class. Go ahead, Oliver. You show him turtle. Yep, so he bent his knees, feet to the floor, and then he kind of is having his little turtle legs poke out, and his head is poked out or tucked in. So here's turtle. I want you to think of a similar pose. So we're not going to be standing up for sure. We want to be in kind of the same position or a similar position. What could we go into next? Think of it at home. See if you even can name your pose that you're going into. Oliver, what's your idea? If you lean back, we're in flower, palms up. This is the one I was thinking of too because they're very, very similar. But maybe you went into something else like boat. Maybe you just straightened out your legs and staff. Or maybe even folded forward and staff. There's a lot of other things you could have done. I'm going to set you up in easy pose. This is a pose in itself, sitting up tall. Think of another seated pose that we can do that we haven't named yet. Do you know another one that we could go into that's similar or easy to get to from easy pose? You have one in mind, Oliver? Owl. So this is a twisted pose. Either stay in your pose or you can join us in owl. Make sure you're not leaned back in owl. You're sitting up really tall. And if you are an owl, then switch positions so that you do the other side too. All right, untwist. Maybe you thought of another pose where we put our hands behind and we push our hips forward. Because that's similar to easy pose and easy to get to from easy pose. All right, let's come to a stand. Come on. We haven't done a balance pose. You can stay back here with me if you want to. And I want you to choose the balance pose, Oliver. What should we have everyone do? Tree, he says. Okay, so anytime we're trying to balance, we want to move slowly. We want our weight on, how about our right leg? We'll mirror you. This is your right leg you're standing on. So your left knee's out to the side, and you can start with your toes on the floor, or you can bring that foot in onto your standing leg. And that's where we start getting a little wobbly, but our arms can help us out. Grow your tree branches out. Breathe through your nose. Try to stay strong like a tree. Maybe you don't need branches. Oliver says he doesn't need branches. I need my branches. Uh-oh, his tree's breaking. Okay, let's save him. We want to try tree on the other leg and see how it goes. So we want to be balanced on your left leg as your right knee is kind of out to the side. Move slowly and find that tree pose again. Sometimes you need to just touch down, reset, slowly get into it again. So trees don't hop. No, they don't. They are rooted strongly into the ground.
What if they're replanting them?
They are not replanting themselves. All right, Oliver, I want you to choose one more balance pose. Eagle. He's going eagle, guys. Stand on your right leg and put your right elbow forward. Because remember, we're not only twisting the leg, crossing and twisting it, we're also taking the arm and twisting it around the other arm, which is just kind of ridiculous, but fun to try. Very difficult to do. And you know that's only one side, so we have to try the other. Standing on your left leg, left elbow forward. Just gain your balance there before you try to wrap the leg and try to wrap the arm. And then you kind of sit back into it to truly do this pose correctly. Anybody at home actually get this one? Maybe for about 1 second. Oh, we try again. Yeah, you chose it. I think it calls for some elephant swings just to get moving again. Turn the shoulders. I didn't say helicopter. gentle. Sometimes when we have too much energy, we should probably do some other exercise first and then end with some yoga, because yoga's meant to do very slowly with a lot of care. So yoga is good after you've already gotten your wiggles out and you've had enough exercise running around doing other things. All right, we're gonna do a forward hold again, but this time with really wide legs. And stay right there, but you want your feet on the mat if you have one so that you don't slide. And you can be right here. Okay. I want you to fold forward, hold your elbows, and hang there. Let your head hang, like you're nodding your head yes. Let it very gently nod yes as you hang. No, Oliver. Yes. Yes. And then shake it, no, but gentle. And then I want you to roll up with a rounded back. And Oliver says we're villagers. So stand like a Minecraft villager with us. With your feet together. And you can do your sounds all you want. We'll leave you to that. Thanks for doing yoga with us.